Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokey smokes. It is raining outside. It is cold-ish. It's not exactly cold, but it's, chill. Thumbs up for that. I slept some. I tried to sleep in. I'm getting to the point where I can almost stay in bed till around 6 o'clock. So at least I got a little bit of extra rest. Thumbs up on that. Hopefully your day was well. I've had some things go on with my body that I want to talk about. Yesterday I mentioned how I had a pain in my leg, and I thought it was because of my boot when I'd gone hiking, because my right foot will always complain about even the lightest and slightest pressure. But first, though, hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very awesome. If you could leave me a comment, even for the algorithm, that would be double plus good. And of course, I'd like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful, literally awesome people who are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome, helping to keep me and my pet alive. I do appreciate that. Without your help, I'd be homeless, and that would suck. So thank you very, very much. And if you would like to be a patron and help me out, I have links in the video description along with a PayPal for possible donations, Amazon wishlist link with stuff like pet food on it, and a post office box so that anybody can send me anything at all, even just a postcard, and I'll show it off on channel if anybody ever does. So thumbs up on that. Yay! Front loading of videos over. Yeah. So I'd mentioned, yes, I have pain in my leg. Oh, it's been terrible. Hokey smokes, it's really, really bad. Last night, getting ready for bed, I have a weird cramping issue with the muscles on my inner thighs. I don't know why. I have to be very careful when I lift my legs. I can't use the muscles of my legs if I want to put my socks on. I have to sit on the top of my bed, reach down, grab my leg, pull it up onto my knee, hook it on my knee so I can put my sock on without using any of the muscles. Well, last night I was lifting up my leg so that I could take my socks off, and my hand went right on top of where that sore spot was. And then I remembered, the previous night, I had reached down to grab my leg, and my fingers had dug in between the muscle body and the bone. And I remembered it felt not really good when I dug my fingers in there, because I didn't mean to do that, but I still lifted my leg up. That's where it hurts. That is where it's red. Not really bright red, but it is red. That's where it's swollen. Not badly swollen, but it is swollen. I injured myself by digging my fingers in between the muscle body and the bone there. Oh joy. So I still can't lift my leg up without a human intervention. So I still have to reach down there and grab my leg. I just can't grab where I used to until that heals up. And I'm on the second floor of this place that we rent. Going up and down the stairs hurts. Was it a smart idea for me to go on a 6-mile walkies last night? With my leg the way it was? Excuse me. Probably not. Because it hurt like hell when I was back. But last night was not a very good day. It had been snowing all day, lightly, just off and on, but there was just a little bit of snow, and then it had started raining. So it was raining when I went off on my 6-mile walkies up to Walmart and then back. I took my umbrella with me, and it was just raining, until I started getting closer to Walmart, and then it turned into slush and sleet, and it was getting kind of slickery on the sidewalks to walk. So I went into Walmart, bought some sodas and some food and junk, came back out, and there was like an inch of fallen snow on everything, and it was snowing hard. So I was walking back carefully in the snow. Halfway back, it had turned into sleet slush. By the time I got to southern Shelton, it was just rainy slush, and so it was awful. Because it was very windy. It was very unpleasant with my leg hurting badly and the wind being terrible, along with just all the wetness. It was not fun. But then I don't go out walkies for fun. I go out walkies for my health. And if I have fun while I'm out, that's a plus. That's a bonus. But that's not why I go. So at least I made it there and back. Now, the thing that happened next, you can sort of see what's happening here. I'm already bleeding again. Last night, because of the wind and such, the wind was blowing my umbrella all around. And I got ripped up, as you can see. The thing was, I couldn't even tell that had happened because it was so wet and so cold last night that when I was on my walkies, I didn't even know I'd hurt myself. And in fact, I wasn't even bleeding until I got inside and I started to warm up. And then I only found out that I was bleeding because I was using the toilet facilities, and I looked down, and on the seat, on the rim of the toilet was blood. Well, that was scary because the only real place that I could think of the blood would come out of is not a place where blood should be coming out of if you're a guy. And so I was worried, especially since there was blood all over my underwear, and there was blood on my belly. And I was going, oh my God, what's happening? And then I discovered that I was bleeding. So I got a Band-Aid on there again. I had one last night and while I was sleeping, but I didn't realize I was going to bleed so much again already. Thumbs up for that. So that was fun. A bit of terror at first, until it was like I discovered where I was bleeding. There is some other stuff I want to talk about. This one first. I may talk about, it's like, oh, I'm feeling this. I've got less motivation here. I've got this. I'll talk about being depressed. I made this channel up primarily without even realizing it, that I was reaching out in my grief after my wife had died. I was reaching out desperately for something to get me out of my head and into the world. And so my channel has been about my mental health. It has provided form and structure for an otherwise formless and structureless life. I do talk about my mental health, and I talk about how bad I feel at times, and lately it's been harder to get some stuff recorded. But I'm not quitting. I'm never quitting anything at all. I'm a sewer rat. I have been hard to kill. I just turned 60. You don't turn 60 if you give up. I always get back up. I get knocked down, I get bloodied, I get dustied, my clothing's a mess, but I always get back up. As I get older, it's gotten harder, it takes longer, it takes a little bit of time extra to wipe off some of the dust and the blood, but I always get back up and I start walking again. I'm still doing that. I'm trying to change things, adapting to my future and how things are, but I am never quitting. Thumbs up for that. You just have to adapt. Accepting inevitabilities. There are no challenges to overcome. It's just life. So thumbs up, and I just wanted to talk about that. But also, I can get absurdly proud of things. I was trying to find a box type thing because I have sheets of paper, a lot of paper that I have printed at the library for the various solo RPGs, but I had no place to put them. There was no good place, no box or anything. I've got one of those trifold things that you can use in school. I bought it from Walmart. I've tried using it as a surface, not too happy with it. Part of it, I actually said, you know what, I enjoy jerry-rigging, and I made, out of this foam board, a box for my papers that I printed at the library. When I say I get some printing done at the library, I mean I get printing done at the library. You get $44 every single month at our local library. And since I can imagine that's just a purely local thing, since it's a library thing, probably there's, printing available for you at your local library. I don't know, you'll have to check, but yeah, that's a lot of paper that I've printed out. And now it's in one place and flat, and so yay! But that's character sheets and printed out hex paper and various worksheets for all the games, so thumbs up on that. And again, absurdly proud of having made it. I went and carefully did pencils on the foam board, cut it out with little... I had to cut it out. These are medical scissors. I have a lot of tiny medical scissors. I use these when I have to cut things. This foam board is foam, and it's like this thick, and it's extremely stiff, and I still just cut it with that. So, yay. And then taped it together with masking and duct tape. And it works. It's good. It's a nice box. Yay. Also, this up here I wanted to try and talk about. I tried to find just this word here I can't figure out how my hand is supposed to move. There we are. This word here, it's not really a full word that I tried searching. I don't know. This is all in Finnish. I wanted to put up just a stray phrase. This, I think it's pronounced along the lines. It's mechanical AI speech, and I did it off Google Translate, but it's like picoeurasia, and it's just what I wrote yesterday. I'm a sleepy little rodent. Thumbs up. Also, that's about it on that. I do want to talk about this other thing. I murdered Blorbo. Blorbo did not die in Note Quest because of Blorbo's actions. Blorbo died because of my actions. And so, because of that, and because it is a solo RPG, and I don't have to try and do, hex editing of save files, and I'm the game master as well as the player, I am retconning the situation. It was not Blorbo's fault that Blorbo died. It was my fault that Blorbo died. And so, Blorbo actually awakens in the mid-darkness, very cold, very stiff, near death, on a corpse pile with just a lone sputtering corpse. Naked, broken, bleeding, he manages to pull himself, still barely alive, off the corpse pile, grabs just a random weapon that he can get hold of, and manages to crawl out of the cave, and with one hit point, and only their coins and that random weapon pulled from the corpse pile, Blorbo actually makes it home. Now, Blorbo was able to secret their coins in a waxed leather bag into some orifice upon which things can go into on the human body. Normally, you want to have a rim on these things so they don't get sucked up fully into you. But with a cord and such, he was able to secret these coins away, and the goblins and stuff that hauled this corpse away didn't find it. So he has his coins, he's going to spend his coins, he's humbled, but Blorbo is still alive. Because it wasn't Blorbo's fault, it was my fault. Thumbs up for that. Let's see what else I have on here. Pretty much that's about it. There's just cryptid stuff, and let's see if I've got any good cryptid stuff written down, or no, it's all just a little bit of cryptid stuff and setting stuff. One of the things that I'd wanted to mention is on the Razor's Edge and Inside thing, the fact that there's the Crimson Kingdom there, that's really rare. In fact, not every cycle is there a technologically advanced, stable enough, and friendly enough kingdom/civilization that is close enough to the Razor's Edge that the effect can spill over onto them and through to the outside, which is what has happened. When I say the effect is spilled over, what I just mean is the Crimson Kingdom is roughly analogous to where we are without having taken the same path to get where we are. So it is different. It is not hyper-capitalistic society. It is more of a socialistic society. Some of their technology is behind ours. Some of their technology, like with their mobile phone stuff, is way ahead of ours. Just on a simple mobile phone, you can project onto the side of a building 8K video with theater sound, and it looks 8K and sounds theater sound. It is incredible tech that they have in many cases, as well as, like I said, being incredibly behind. But because they have figured out mobile communication with these boosters that they put up, because how are you supposed to send a signal from one layer of reality to another? Your signal originates here, it's going to go here. It's not going to go to any other layer, any other place. How do you have mobile communications? No one in this cycle has been able to figure that out. The king and the kingdom had initially not looked far enough into nuclear stuff as we did out here, so that we got into quantum mechanics. Some things you have to look not just 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, but you have to go 4 steps into before you discover how good something is. If you're just looking to see if it's worthwhile to put your attention into, you may go 1 or 2 steps in. They had no real reason to go on a nuclear path because they only went 2 steps in. They're behind on the whole quantum mechanics that was finally brought to the king's attention through a scientist who follows a whole bunch of journals from the outside. But using quantum mechanics and quantum entanglement, they use the boosters that sends the signal from booster to booster across layers, which is how you can have a mobile phone on the razor's edge and on the outside, and the signal goes. With quantum entanglement, these phones are connected across layers for the first time. And not only that, I don't understand math, but when you bring a booster, as they discover here, to the outside, when you're a part of the network, that adds your observation and persistence to the network. So anybody who's a part of the network that heads out of a city has the observation effect of everybody who's in the phone network while they carry their phone. They expected the booster to pick up, a couple thousand people, maybe 100,000 people. There are several million in the Crimson Kingdom. Almost 30 million people living around the Crimson Kingdom, in and around. They figured they'd pick up a few 100,000. The boosters on the outside don't have the interference and such of having all these other layers. They picked up over 110 million observers when they put this on. It really has a huge stabilizing effect on the razor's edge, which is why in time, because of the Crimson Kingdom and these boosters and the continually advancing network, you can reach a point where you can walk across the full 20,000 kilometers from this side to this side on the razor's edge, and it's stable. It has the observation effect of basically everyone on Earth. Billions by this point. It is stable. And that's how that happens. There is a lot more, especially since I wanted to talk about why it is so rare to find tech on the inside and on the razor's edge. But that's just because of deep time. Technology and knowledge is built on the shoulders of those who walked before you. But with deep time and a near infinite amount of space, these giants stand so far apart in time and distance. By the time you even locate the giant to try and climb up on their shoulders, deep time has worn away that giant and worn away your desire to find them. Nothing survives deep time. It can't. Well, there is one thing that can survive deep time in this setting, and that's the kaiju. And I've opened up 24 hours for the comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well. So let me call out my Chrome. We have Cake. Thumbs up, thank you very, very much, and I think chipmunks are mega cute. I'm going to check out that channel, thank you very much. JAYY, greatly appreciated, and yeah, they are very honest, and there's none of the lying and hiding and masks that people have. Stephen Blanchard, greatly appreciated. Chris, thumbs up, thank you very much. I was a very good actor when I was younger. I mean, I heard people in audiences that would actually say things about like, whoa, that guy's good and stuff like that. So I was good, but I didn't even realize that I had my issues. So, yay! And then there's Shinra, thumbs up, thank you. I answered your questions and comments. I haven't left myself enough time. I'm very sorry. But thank you very much. Hopefully I'll answer your questions tomorrow. Orphelius, greatly appreciated, and hello. Flora Mew, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And yep, Blorbo still lives. I couldn't let my overconfidence kill that character. It wasn't Blorbo's fault. Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Koskinen. It was when I was very, very young, and it was only stage. It was just local stuff. I wanted to be an actor when I was younger, but I made a conscious decision when I was like 14 years old that I didn't want to just go live in like a big city and work as a waiter while trying to struggle and fight to be an actor. So I made a conscious decision to not do it. Yay. But I still did local theater. And then RJ Mitchell, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. And that is it. 10 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. There is stuff I got to get done today. I hope to anyway. I tried to do things yesterday. Yesterday was not a good mental health day. It was a very, very bad mental health day. And I didn't even have a chance to talk about that because I forgot about it. Yay! So hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done today. And if you don't beat yourself up. That doesn't help. And of course, with the way the world is today, please take appropriate precautions for your situation and location. You don't need to get sick. You don't need to make others sick. You don't need to get hurt. You don't need to make others get hurt. You don't need to get game ended. You don't need to game end others. But if you are out walking and you hear the mournful howl of the bus horn of that bus with your name on it, just don't go trying to hide. Especially don't go hide where there are other people. You're going to get smeared across the landscape with the impact. Just don't. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is in fact a very good thing.